Eric, thank you so much for being here on the All Bets Are Off podcast. You are our first guest of the new year, which is awesome. So I appreciate this very much.
Thank you so much again.
Well, let me tell you, I got to start back at the beginning, and I want to know where music started for you personally. When did you really go, man, I love music?
Well, when I was 8 years old, I started playing guitar, right? And let's face it, like my parents were like, they were not so like keen on me playing guitar, so I basically got a rental guitar,
Mm,
and so eventually, after I learned "Sweet Child of Mine" and "Welcome to the Jungle," then I convinced them that perhaps I maybe should get a guitar. And so I started playing professionally when I was 11 and playing in cover bands at weddings and bar mitzvahs, and I even played a gay marriage at a military base. Go figure. But that was my beginnings. What has happened in the past 20 years is Wild Street,
mhm.
and it's our 20-year anniversary, and it's to me it's huge because for 20 years I've been um, doing this one thing that I love, okay, more than anything, and it means a lot to me that every fan, who listens to Wild Street still listen to Wild Street. And I think we write great songs. I think I have the best band I've ever had, and I think we're better than ever. So that's the beginnings, and that's the now, right?
Well, I got to ask. So you said you were 8 years old when you got that guitar, and you were playing "Welcome to the Jungle" and "Sweet Child of Mine." Eventually. So your biggest influence back then was Guns N' Roses, or was that just one of them?
I would say I listened to Guns N' Roses. I had a Walkman, right?
Mhm.
And so like I would like be in my parents' car and driving to from like upstate New York to New York City, right? To see my grandparents, right? And so I had a Walkman and like headphones, right? And I would listen to Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Somehow my mother let me get this album. Uh, you know, um, you know, it was like explicit lyrics or whatever, whatever. But and and Def Leppard,
Mm.
Motley Crue, and and then I moved on, and like you know stuff changed as I got older and got more into guitar and more into things, and I would say that you know um, I'm not one of those dudes who doesn't like the '90s too. You
Mhm.
know, like I love Soundgarden, I love Alice in Chains, I love um I love a lot of grunge rock too, and so I think that if one listens to Wild Street 3, like you can hear a lot of the influences that I've had. Wild Street 4,
Mhm.
um, as well. Like everything from Avenged Sevenfold to Guns N' Roses to Motley Crue to Def Leppard to I don't even know. It's like it's too crazy like to even think about. It's like
Mhm.
like I talk a lot, so I apologize.
No, that's a good thing.
Um, Thank you so much for the interview, and Lori has been a great friend of mine since Monsters of Rock Cruise,
Mm.
and I appreciate you very much.
Well, let's stay on the cruise and Wild Street for a second because you mentioned already that it's 20-year anniversary of Wild Street. So walk me through the creation of Wild Street. Like, how did that all come together?
Okay, I'll tell you exactly. So basically I was in a band that was kind of like compromised and not really exactly what I wanted to do and not really focused.
Hmm.
And I asked one of my friends from college to introduce me to a producer because I wanted to write some new songs. So I wrote some new songs and I put an ad on Craigslist for a guitar player. I met my friend Jimmy, who helped me solidify my vision with Wildstreet, right? And he has been a great friend for my entire life. We don't talk so much right now, but what I've learned in like maybe over the years is that people come in and out of your life, and you just accept that, right?
Hmm.
He helped write Come Down. He helped write Heroes on Wild Street 4.
Hmm.
He and I were like, it was our vision for Wild Street 3. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and so I met him, and the story is actually really funny. I'm gonna so like I kept on asking him, "Hey man, why don't you send me a photo, because I just couldn't remember because I was getting so many responses from Craigslist, right?
Hmm.
And all these responses led to me saying, "Yo, okay, why don't you come and hang out with me and and we'll play a little bit, right?" And then we ended up spending years and years, or like maybe 2 years, writing Wild Street One,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Um, like, like doing demos on GarageBand first, and then demos on Pro Tools,
Hmm.
and then giving sessions to our producers who killed it for us, and that is how Wild Street Camp came to be. We met the rest of the band
Hmm.
later. Okay, so like, Wild Street One was me and Jimmy and our producers. Wild Street Two was a band record. Wild Street Three was also a band record, and I gotta give thanks to Kyle Pass for killing it for us on Wild Street 3, because he he took me and Jimmy's demos that we did like on Pro Tools in our apartments, and made it come to life in a real band, right? And that, I think Wild Street 3 is a great record, right?
It is
Um,
a great record.
Wild Street 4, I like, again, during pandemic there was a lot of like, there was not a lot of like hanging out and doing
Yeah.
things, except for my band touring, you know what I mean? And so like, like Wild Street 4 is a little special, I think. But the new single When It's Gone is a full band release, and it's real.
I
So
wanted to talk about that too, and I just got done listening to it for the 20th time this week, and it's a great tune. And I want my listeners to definitely check that out. So if you just want to, before we move on to something else, let them know where they could find it because it is such a great song, and it's new. It just came out a month ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But so When It's Gone, it was written with my friend Todd Long, who I also wrote um, other songs that like Won't Be Apart and Say Goodbye with, and these songs I think are equally as good in different ways. But When It's Gone is really good, and really, like, honestly, it's a very definitive of Wild Street where we are right now, because it has Dylan playing drums, it has Stars playing guitar, and Kevin is playing bass. So it's like, um, so everybody can find it on Spotify, Apple Music. Yeah, there's a great lyrics video by my friend Angel Garcia on YouTube, and you know, really, I would say that Um, if you want anything Wild Street, just search Wild Street in Google. You're gonna see like photos of Wild Street, and just scroll down.
Well, you've been around for 20 years, and that's a huge, huge thing. And in that 20 years, there's been a lot of cool stuff that's happened. But before I get to the next one, I want to say that you took like a very brief hiatus in there around like 2014-ish. And was that just you just regrouping, getting a different feel, like doing something different? What was that?
Well, there was a lot of different things that happened then. I started this band called Rave the Kill,
Mm-hmm.
and if you do like deeper searches into Wild Street's catalog, you'll see that there is Born to Be from Wild Street 3 and Born to Be the original, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the Rave the Kill version,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Born to Be ROK stands for Rave the Kill, okay? One Tattoo was a Rave the Kill release.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like nobody wants to be a parody of themselves, right? Everybody wants to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to move on to something different at different times. Okay, so like I didn't want to stay stagnant. I didn't want to be like you know. Um, 80s rock, all the time, or arena rock all the time. I wanted to be something um, different.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you fight just to make it through.
Well, I gotta say, because after that hiatus, you come back and obviously still kicking ass as Wild Street, and you ended up with a song in Peacemaker on HBO Max starring John Cena, which is that's huge in itself. So how did that come about? I believe the song was Three Way Ride, right?
Yeah, Three Way Ride. It was actually written in 2010 with my friend Kyle
Mm.
Kelso, who I've just written a new EP of amazing music, like the best Wild Street music ever.
Mm.
Like, and he was the one who he was the co-producer on Wild Street One. He um, co-writer and produced Poison Kiss, Easy Does It, like every major Wild Street song that every fan loves, right? Cocked and Ready, like everything. And we wrote 5 songs in Nashville last April, and like honestly, it's um, I think it's the best music that that Wild Street's ever done, and it's the most
Wow.
attitude, and it's got Dylan playing drums, it's got rest stars on guitar, so it's gonna be amazing. You know what I mean? So, but let's say this. How did Peacemakers come about?
Hmm.
I'm not sure. They asked me.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean that's amazing though, and that's a hit show, and obviously John Cena is a big star in the wrestling and now acting world. So that's huge. And considering what's coming up here in 2026, I just want to throw this out because I believe you guys are at the Mountain Music Festival this coming year, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. I will be there as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing
Oh,
you guys jam. And you were also recently on the Monsters of Rock cruise, so those had to be, like monumental moments in Wild Street's career.
yeah. It was like the greatest thing of 2025 was Monsters of Rock Cruise. Okay,
Mhm.
because I reunited with people who like I haven't seen, and some of them have like I haven't seen since like the old days of Wild Street, since like 2011, 2009,
Mhm.
and from all countries of the world. It was the greatest thing I have ever experienced,
Yeah.
and like just um, being among um, like great bands and being treated with like so well. Like um, it makes you remember why you do things. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm trying to um, to say everything in the best way. So
Mhm.
I apologize if if I talk a lot, but I'm trying to say everything in the best way. So like being among friends who you've had since the beginning,
Mhm.
being able to meet tons of new people, and also like being respected as an equal by
Mhm.
bands who are like heroes.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing in the world, and I can't wait for the Mountain Music Festival because man, we're gonna kill it. We're gonna kill it so hard.
Oh, absolutely. And I was on the Monsters of Rock cruise this past year, and it was a really magical, like amazing experience. And it's cool to hear the point of view from somebody like you. And I'm really looking forward to the Mountain Music Festival for the same reason. So I guess my next question to you would be, how often should we be expecting to hear new music from Wildstreet going forward?
My plan is every 8 weeks after the industry opens in January, I guess late January. So,
Mm.
but everything depends on the schedules of those involved, right? So, like, whenever my um, uh, friend who's producing,
Hmm.
co-writer, um, is feels comfortable enough that we can send it to mix, it goes to mix, and then it goes to mastering. So everything is kind of like up in the air right now,
Hmm.
but I'm not expecting anything until after the new year, right?
Hmm.
Because like I'm old enough to know that music industry does not work until at least the third week of January. So, but I would say that we would plan on having at least 5 songs out by fall next year.
Awesome. Very cool. So aside from the Mountain Music Festival, what do we see with Wild Street in 2026? I think I heard something about a European tour. Is that true?
Yes, we head to the EU in March
Mm.
for the beginning of our 20th anniversary tour. And this is being the tour is being spearheaded by my friend Daniel, who he booked us on the Swiss Rock cruise in
Mm.
2021, and he's an amazing person, and everybody should check out easygig.com. But I really like what we have really great plans, and the tour is not just Wild Street.
Mm.
With the Nasty Rats, who are an amazing band from the Czech Republic.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So,
So after the European tour, um, aside from the Mountain again, is there an American tour as well?
there will be. I just haven't put it together yet because you know what? My mind's on music.
I get it. I get it. So, is there in your career, is there like a dream show, a dream tour that you'd like to do? And if so, is that something you'd be willing to share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll share anything with you. Yeah, my dream tour is to play with Guns N' Roses and Avenged Sevenfold,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the bottom line. Like, they're my two favorite bands
Mm.
ever. So that's the truth.
That's awesome. Now, this next part of the interview is the lightning round, which is just for fun. It's a bunch of this or that questions that don't really have anything to do with anything. We just do it just to have a good time. And I think I know the answer to the first question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you prefer Chicago or New York style pizza?
I haven't eaten pizza in I don't even know when. I'm vegan, man.
Oh, okay, okay. So do you prefer dinner or dessert?
Uh, um, Either. I'm not sure.
All right. How about Poison or Motley Crue?
Motley Crue. I would
Motley Crue. How about
except let me say this: Brett Michaels is like the coolest dude in the world. He's like, "Yo, I'm Brett Michaels. How are you? How is your best friend? How are you? How's your sister?" He's like, he's the nicest guy in the entire world. But when I listen to music, I listen to Saints of Los Angeles. Why? Because I think that album is awesome.
Oh, great record. Great record. Well, then let's try this question out for you. If you were stranded on a desert island and you could only take 5 albums with you, what 5 albums are you going to take?
Mm, 5 albums.
Yeah.
Okay. Purple Rain,
Mm,
Thriller, um, Hail to the King, Nightmare, Appetite for Destruction, and Chinese Democracy.
nice. Uh, do you prefer listening to Ozzy or Alice Cooper?
I would say Ozzy, actually.
Ozzy. Next question: are you a horror movie fan?
Of course I am.
So, would you take the original Halloween or the original Friday the 13th?
I would say Friday the 13th, yes.
All right, fair. What would be your favorite horror movie of all time?
My favorite horror movie of all time. I would say Nightmare on Elm Street.
Good choice. What about favorite TV show of all time?
What was that called? True Blood.
Oh, that's a good one. Good show. Now, thinking of growing up, what was your favorite cartoon?
I don't think I watched too many cartoons. I think maybe yeah, I don't think I have an answer for this one.
All right, fair enough. So that was just a little fun thing that we like to do for our listeners because they like to hear about some side things. So let's bring it back to Wild Street, and I want you to let our listeners know where they could keep up with when you start announcing American tour dates, and for our European listeners, where they could find the current tour dates for the European tour.
Okay, no problem. Okay, everybody can go on um, wildstreetmusic.com. You can find everything that you need, right? On Instagram, we are Wild Street Official. On TikTok, we're Wild Street Official. On Facebook, we're Wild Street NYC. On Twitter or X, we're Wild Street. On YouTube, at Wild Street, right? And you know what? If you type Wild Street in any search engine, you're going to find us.
Fantastic. Now, what about I want my listeners to also follow you. So if you want to plug your personal Instagram, that would be cool as well.
Okay, cool. Yep. You can find me at Eric Jayk, and you know, uh, let's rock.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for doing this, man. And I urge my listeners who haven't yet to check out your new single, When It's Gone. It's an amazing, amazing song. And I've been listening to it a lot, and it's just really cool. And I appreciate you being here, man.
Thank you. Let me say again, thank you to Todd Long from Ghost of Sunset for helping me write this song because I think it's really quite good. So thank you so much.
Excellent song. And I will see you on the mountain.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.